Slam dunk.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Ball to James. To Ball. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. His first effort off the mark. Here's Irving into the front court. 10-4 is the score. Kyrie Irving missed his first. That one goes. Kyrie Irving won a championship with Cleveland. He won a championship for Cleveland in that Game 7 at Golden State. How is he influenced as a player by that title?
Well, I thought he learned how to win at a really huge stage. But Kyrie's always been a leader of his own movement. At times, his voice may have been suppressed because of LeBron James, but there's no doubt about it. When you look at the young players on this roster, when they all rock Kyrie's, you know who the leader of the team is.
James to Ball for three. Not that time. Knocked loose. Lakers have it. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Irving brings the ball up court. To Horford. There it is, Al Horford. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
This 11-year veteran has emerged as a uniquely stabilizing force for any team he plays on. He may not ever win a prize for his fiery oratory, but his steady demeanor is part of what makes him invaluable.
Nice pass to set things up.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
James. Add 2 points to the board.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Irving into the front court. Down 4. Knocked loose. Ball. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
The free throw, perfect. And the lead is up to 7. Celtics have it. Knocked loose. Lakers come up with it. Ball to James. Kuzma to James. Curling inside. Kyle Kuzma just not going down.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Jay, Magic and Kobe each won 5 titles. How are you going to judge LeBron James' legacy in L.A.?
LeBron James wins 1 championship in L.A. That means he will set himself apart. He will have won 4 championships in 3 different cities. Now, that is polarizing for some fans. That still does not take away from the overall greatness and the legacy of LeBron James.
The assist from number 23.
Knocked loose. Lakers have it. Ball. Stuffs it down with authority. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Ball to Josh Hart. Has a chance, and he buries it.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Boston with the basketball. Knocked loose. Couldn't keep it in. Off Lonzo Ball. It'll stay Celtic basketball. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups.
Number 12, Terry Rozier.
Oh, he had him there for a second. Knocked loose. Ball with it up top. The advantage is 13 points. Now Brad Stevens calls a timeout. His guys have flat out sleepwalked. It's been a brutal first quarter.
These moments as a player are extremely exciting. Let me tell you why. For the team that's losing, this is a true defining character moment for them. So many teams can just fall over, roll over, quit, think about the next game. But the true competitive teams, the ones that really actually want to continue to claw and fight, they're going to find a way to get back in this ball game. They may not get back into it scoring a lot of points right away, but they're going to keep chipping away at this monster.
Rozier into the front court. Trailing by 15. There it is, Al Horford. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
That's what they need to do more of. Attack that basket. Hit him where it hurts.
To Kyle Kuzma. Ball. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
But did you see the way he was able to do it, Ed? Did you see him constantly probe the defense by maintaining his dribble? Ultimately, if you keep your eyes on all the other defenders, they will lose track of where the ball is. That's where you slip a quick pass in for an easy dime.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor.
Number 11, Kyrie Irving.
Lakers come up with it.
Why not? Let's keep the crowd in it.
To Josh Hart. 4-3. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
And look out. Big finish at the rim.
Whew, I don't think anyone saw this one coming, but it looks like they're trying to send a message. Look into their eyes. They're laser focused. They're playing as if this game is tied.
James. Oh, had him going there for a second. To Josh Hart. Lets it fly from long range. Hart can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Stuffs it down with authority.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
To James. My goodness, did you see that, Jay?
That's nasty. Just disrespectful.
And they called the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
2 for 2 on that trip.
Good shot.
James to Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma, strong finish.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Out of bounds the call. Last touch by JaVale McGhee. Rozier with it. His guys down big. Hayward. Those shots, Jay, have been few and far between in what has been an uneasy first quarter.
And Ed, sometimes that's all you need. Just get one or two to fall. Find the rhythm, find the rhyme. You got plenty of time.
Gets it to go. Didn't have many choices there. Lets it fly.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball, and there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Rejected by McGhee. And that's going to get out of bounds. Off a Laker. Time for some new personnel into the game.
Number 42, Al Horford.
Horford. Knocked loose. And he stepped out of bounds. Turns the ball over. Horford. Gordon Hayward. That's how it's done. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
It's going to be a long road back, I'm not going to lie to you, but it's only the first quarter, and that's exactly what you needed. You needed to see the ball go in a couple of times.
JaVale McGhee to Josh Hart. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Knocked loose. Lakers have it. Count the basket inside.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Out of bounds the call. Off Gordon Hayward. James to Ball. Here's a chance from long range. Can't connect. Knocked loose. Lakers come up with it. To Rozier. Hayward. Gordon Hayward. That's how it's done. 3 for 4. Good start.
Finally something goes their way. I don't think I need to tell you, but this has been a disaster of a first quarter. They just need somebody to get hot, and then they need to come together as a team and get a few stops.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Knocked loose. Lakers have it. James to Kyle Kuzma. And counted at the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Fires the three. Now that's a contest. Across the timeline, it's Rozier. Down a bundle. Whoa, Jaylen Brown above the rim. Jay, perhaps that's a start.
Those kind of plays get me fired up. That's a momentum play. They looked lifeless here in the first quarter, but a dunk like that can get your team going in the right direction.
Nothing going here on that drive. Kyle Kuzma. Oh, good offense beating good defense.
Just like Linsanity in New York, Kuzmania took LA by storm his rookie year. There's no doubt he has crazy talent, but it's his heart that endears him to the fans and his teammates. Even though he was drafted late in the first round, Kyle Kuzma is the one.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
LeBron James trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 73%. Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead.